right, you guys, I'm making an adjustment so I can center. Give me 1 second. We're going to begin the stream in a second. All right, you guys, welcome. Thank you for joining my stream. Um, I felt that it was very important and just very pivotal to, basically, my channel that I needed to talk about this particular subject. And I'm really going to break this down. I'm going to be very transparent and I'm going to be very thorough because I want everybody to understand how problematic this is and hypocritical of society and women, and in particularly women in our community. Because at the end of the day, it's just time to start holding women accountable and start calling out them on their BS and their double standards. Now, of course, you're going to have, women that's going to make excuses and try to pull the, well, he's a grown man, he's old enough to make his own decision. At the end of the day, most guys his age are not prepared when they run into a lump sum of money and what type of people they're going to run into. Drea Michelle is the type of people that you need to get prepared to run away from. And at the end of the day, Drea Michelle she's a creep. Now it's funny, just a few weeks ago, Shaquille O'Neal and Shannon Sharp were basically talking about dating younger women. And Shaquille O'Neal said that Ice Spice was pretty, but yet, and that's all he said. He got to meet her and he met Ice Spice and he thought she was pretty. That's all he said. But then all of a sudden, here come the righteous, the purity police saying that Shaquille O'Neal is old enough to be her father and he's acting like a creep and a predator and all this kind of stuff. But yet, here's Drea Michelle, who's 39 years old and basically got knocked up by a 22-year-old who's basically scratching the surface, basically trying to find himself as a man and as an NBA player. Now, Jalen Green was the number 2 overall pick in 2021. Right now, he is on a 4-year, $40 million rookie contract. They could give him a contract extension after this season. In all likelihood, he's going to get a decent extension. And he's putting up some decent numbers. So, with that being said, it was announced a couple of days ago that what a lot of people speculated, now it wasn't official, but Drea Michelle announced that she was 7 months pregnant and that Jalen Green was the father. Drea Michelle is 39 years old. Jalen Green is 22. So now, as he's basically trying to scratch the surface and becoming a great NBA player and focusing on his career, now he has the burden of having to worry about, taking care of a kid by basically a old chick that's old enough to be his mama that already got 2 kids from um, 2 previous relationships. Drea Michelle already has a son that's in college. Then she has another child that, she has at least 2 children. And I don't think her 2 children have the same father. So basically, she's about to, be another statistic, 3 kids by 3 different men. And then the next child is by a dude that's 18 years younger than her or something like that. No, he's 22. So she's 39. So basically, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. Gotta be kidding me. So she's like 16, 17 years older than he is. And it's always been a double standard pertaining to this. How many times have you heard about teachers that's 26, 27, 28, having affairs with their students. Some of them even ended up pregnant. And we all remember um, the teacher that got pregnant by her student, not once, but twice, who was already married. You know, that was like in the late 90s. But she ended up going to jail. And then when she got out, she ended up marrying the dude. But, you know, her husband, due to the embarrassment, he took her kids and he divorced her. And rightfully so, because that's just embarrassing. But women are not condemned the way men are for these type of situations. They don't catch the slack that men catch. If you remotely look at a woman that's a little bit younger than you, all of a sudden you get deemed a predator or a creep and all this kind of stuff. Me myself, I don't think you should marry or be with nobody no younger than 10 years, maybe 11. I don't think if you 50, you should be marrying somebody that's 30. Maybe at best 30, 37-ish, 38. I just think you should not be involved with somebody that's young enough to be your child. And by today's standard, the average person, based off the based off what state you live in and the age of consent, you can have a baby as early as 15, 16. So, you know, it's just weird. I mean, where did she meet this dude at? I mean, was she, standing outside the arena or something with a PlayStation, in a Red Bull or something? And then the fact that she's trying to brag about this and celebrate like this is cool. Like, I mean, are you kidding me? Imagine, imagine you being a mom and a dad. I'm not gonna say a single parent. I'm saying a mom and a dad. You then raised this child. You didn't raise your children. You didn't raise your child to stay out of trouble. Just focus on sports. Stay away from questionable people. You pay all this money to get them in the tournaments and stuff. Have them competing in the tournaments, and then as a minor, then you go to junior high and you start off at the junior high level. Then you go to high school and you start off junior varsity. Then you go to varsity. Then basically by your junior year, you got these college recruits. You're one of the best in the country. You go to the McDonald's All-Star Classic and all this kind of stuff. Then you just get multiple scholarships. And then to the point you get to pick where you want to go. It's not like where they offer you, everybody else passes you up, where you actually get to select where you get to go. You go to Kentucky or Cal Berkeley or UCLA or Louisville, and then you have a great collegiate season. You might be one and done, or you might stay 2 seasons. And let's just say you one of the best basketball players, you know, entering the draft. Okay, you drafted number 2 overall by the Houston Rockets, second overall pick in the 2021 draft. And you thinking to yourself as a parent, you proud, man, you got over the hump. You did your job. All that sacrifice you gave to make sure that he stayed on the right path, and then you hoping that he turned out to be a great NBA player. And then all of a sudden, he's starting to make a little bit of noise in the NBA, and then all of a sudden, he says, "Mom, Mom, Dad, I'll be home this weekend." And then, I'm bringing a guest with me, and you thinking that, okay, fine, he got a girlfriend, probably, a nice girl his age. And then you open up the door and you see him walking in there with some chick that's been on reality TV, been part of a whole bunch of different stuff, already got two kids. And you look into yourself, you look into your husband's eyes, he look into your eyes, and y'all like, what the fuck just happened? Or what in the fuck is this? Then come to find out a few months later, she's expecting a child. So guess what? That new car that you if you pops that new car, that new truck, SUV or whatever, guess what? The money that he was gonna spend on that car, that's going to her. The new house that Miles may want, that's going to her. Y'all might be stuck in the same house because you know why? He gonna have to prioritize the kid, and he gonna be reminded that he has a child to take care of. And then, due to the fact that she has other children, don't be surprised if he be pitching in to help with the other expenses for the other children that don't belong to him. At the end of the day, this is a young man. He don't know nothing about life or that type of life, meeting people like her, but she took full advantage. There was plenty of dudes out there that she could have got involved with, but yet she finna ruin this young man's life by basically sticking a child on him. Now I know it's gonna be somebody that's gonna come here eventually trying to make excuses for her. Oh well, he should have used the condom. Well, she should have made him put on the condom. Remember, it take two to tangle. And you would think at her age she wouldn't even be thinking about having another child. You already got two. And that's gonna be embarrassing. That's embarrassing for him to be 22 and he got a baby mama that's old enough to be his mama. So it looked like Drea Michelle got her retirement package, whatever she doing. But women don't get called out enough on this stuff because to a certain degree, this type of behavior is condoned. They get passes for this type of stuff. And I don't think that's right. And like I said before, now, like I said, this dude got to be sitting up worried about this kind of stuff. And then he's attached to her. Like I said, Drea Michelle is a pervert and she a creep. And that's what she should be labeled as. I don't see how anybody could be okay with this. Why couldn't she get a nigga her own age? Or at least close to being in her own age range? Why involve herself with this young dude who basically still a kid? My son is 25 and he still don't know a lot. He still don't know some stuff. It's still some stuff that I have to teach you. You really not mature as a man until you reach that 27, 28 level. Now, some do it quicker than others, but like I said before, there was a song called Mama Said There'll Be Days Like This, but now he's stuck for a, quite a few days having to deal with a child now and having to pay child support and have to be sitting up worried about that and just seeing pictures of her walking around with him. Like, I mean, come on. It's almost like you walking with your son. Now, Jalen Green, he's from California. He from this place called Merced. Merced is maybe Merced is about maybe an hour and 45 minutes from from where I'm at is maybe depending on where you at. Mercedes maybe about what 45 minutes to an hour from Fresno. It's a ways. It's a ways. But he from California. He ain't from the Bay Area. That's that's considered Merced is kind of considered Central California since it's close to Fresno. But yeah, that's just sad that this dude got caught up in some stuff like that. That she took full advantage, and you already know, experienced woman like her probably like had the dude's eyes popping out his head the first time she got a hold of him. So he probably was, kids like she's an experienced woman, and women like that, most women start, women reach a peak, or should I say, this is when they the freakiest between the age of 39 to like 46, 47. So I don't want to go into graphic detail, but she put it on him. She probably did some things to him he never experienced, and then she had him. That's what they do. She plotted on this. She plotted on this dude. She saw him as a mark. And it's hook, line, and sinker. And now she's sitting up here talking about, oh, we're very happy. No, you're happy. You're happy. Because you sunk your claws into into a young brother, man. Shouldn't even be, he shouldn't even have to be bothered with this. Or at least if he was going to, have a kid with somebody close, or at least in his age range. Like I said, I seen them pictures of them walking together, man. It looked like, man, for real, it looked awkward. Now she take care of herself and everything and whatnot, but man, just looking at her history, being on a reality show, and I don't want to hear that stuff about he's a grown man and all that kind of stuff. Because, like I said, you women always change the narrative when it comes to these situations. Like I said, just imagine being a parent and be just imagine being a parent and your son bring home somebody her age. You gonna like, what are you doing with my son? What are you doing? And then, God forbid, if you know who this person is, like, why are you with my son? Why are you with my son? I mean, are you serious? Why are you with my son? Why don't you go get somebody your own age? Like I said, take your PlayStation, take your Red Bulls, take your Jamba Juice, and go somewhere else. Go find another Mark. Now, they have been people criticizing her, but at the end of the day, people gonna make excuses. Ain't these the same people that was calling people like Diddy and other people groomers? Well, what the hell you think she doing with him? Doesn't matter whether he's 22. He ain't got no business being with her, and she ain't got no business being with him. And why is, like I said, and why is this behavior condoned? Why is it such a double standard with this? Like I said, it would be public outrage. It's funny when it's a brother, then it's public outrage. But then when it's somebody that look like Drea Michelle, or it's a woman, then people be talking that, oh well, people need to mind their own business. She's a public figure. There's different between how can we not be in her business when she's a public figure, when she's a celebrity? That's just real talk. I mean, it's just repulsive. It's just repulsive to see that she plotted on this dude on this dude and got knocked up by this dude. But at the end of the day, just in case, dude still need to he still need to ask for a paternity test. Just in case. He really need to ask for a paternity case just in case. Because it ain't about her. It's about that child. You don't want to you don't want to sit up there and be locked in an 18-year commitment, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars, then kind of find out that that kid don't belong to you. You don't know what she was doing. Because like I said before, she get around. She get around. So like I said before, that's just gonna be real awkward, you know, him being around her son eventually, and they damn near the same age. This is just weird. Like I said, man, it's like she like a pervert. She on some, you know what I'm saying, to catch a predator or shit. Like I said before, she ain't got no business being with that young man. He should be breathing. And what I mean by that, being a free spirit, getting to enjoy his NBA career, the fruits of his labor, the fruits of his parents' labor. But like I say, now he got to be sitting up sending her a check every month or whatever arrangement they gonna have and stuff. And then she's sitting up celebrating like she like for real. She is straight up cradle robber. I mean, this stuff is just like really repulsive. Just thinking that she just did this to this dude. And like I said before, um, just plotting on that dude. Like, where the hell did she meet him? So that's all I have to say about that. But yeah, it's a double standard pertaining to this type of shit. And I just don't like it. So there you have it. This your boy Tam. I'm out.